Welcome back to the Artie Lange Show. It's an all-comedy night here. My next guest has become a friend of mine. I met him at the Comedy Cellar around the block. He was on the street hanging out with his guys, and we became friends. We hung out.
It sounded like we were singing doo-wop or something.
They were singing "This Magic Moment" by the Drifters.
I was the bass.
Yeah. And I said I wanted to join, and they said, "You can't sing, white boy." And then they were amazed by my voice, and a great ending happens to that story. I'll tell you about it. No, you're a comic from Philly.
Yeah.
And you come up to New York. You've been on the show before with your other buddies.
Yeah, all the Philly guys.
Yeah, and you come up here to try to make it in stand-up from Philadelphia a few times a month.
Oh, I'm here. It's sad. I'm here. Let's say 30 days in a month. I'm probably here 26, 25 days. I go home to literally.
Why go home?
I have a wife that I have to have sex with. And other than that.
So you run back and for 2 days you have sex and then leave?
You know what's bad? The other day, I was home because of New Year's and all that. So I was home for a few days and I was supposed to come right back, but then the snow happened. So, but before we left, I was having sex with her like I was about to leave for 2 days. So it was a good, I'm about to leave for 2 days, sex happening. Then I ended up having to stay, and I was like, I really have nothing left. She wanted more, but I had nothing.
There's nothing worse than being snowed in with a chick you're tired of banging.
Yeah, I sound like a piece of crap. Yeah, I just didn't want no more of that. She just kept throwing it at me. I kept making up excuses. Didn't want no parts of it.
Yeah. Well, now how long have you been married?
I'm about to have 3 years in May.
By the way, this is Chris Cotton, by the way. Chris Cotton is his name, comic. 3.5 years in May. How old are you?
I'm 26. I just look horrible.
Why'd you get married?
I'm stupid. It's like, it was one of those things where when I met her.
I was going to say, you probably don't have similar stories to our last comic.
Oh, yeah, Jeff. I've heard stories about Jeff. That's how, Jeff just walks into place and chicks just throw it at him.
Yeah.
You know what's bad? I wasn't doing bad, and my friends get angry at me because all my stories take place right, in the beginning of college and high school. I was a champ. I was one of those kids who lived almost their whole life by the time I was 16.
My buddies got very suspicious of me because all of my sex stories, for some reason, happened right outside the Holland Tunnel.
That's where all the good sex stories happen.
So now is your wife supportive?
She's real supportive. She's a nurse. And without her, we would live on the streets. I'm pretty sure of it. And I would be happy with living on the streets. I'm crazy. I don't really care.
So you're a comic. She's a nurse. You're only there 2 days a month, and she supports you.
Yeah.
How bad does her father hate your guts?
Okay, now you want to hear more of this story? Okay.
That's got a recipe for her father not liking you.
It's not getting better. Her dad's uncle passed away, and then they had a house sitting there, and her dad was like, "Y'all want to move into the house?" We was like, yes, it's a free house. So we living in that house in West Philly. Now, this is where the kicker comes in. My brother got married and he got evicted from his apartment, and we live in a duplex. Right. So we weren't using the first floor. So I called her dad, was like, my brother wants to move in downstairs. And he just was saying no. And I was like, I'm asking you, but I'm kind of telling you, my brother's moving. You know how it is, my brother. I'm not going to say no to my brother.
Well, but it's not his house.
I don't know what he has the deed, but we fixed it up. So I feel like we own it. I feel like I don't know.
But he said you all want a free house. Not that many people get that question asked.
I mean, we're not paying for anything. I don't know what's going on.
So the current living situation is your brother who was evicted.
Yeah.
Now, is he out of work or something?
No, he was fighting against his landlord at his own place, so he just stopped paying rent, and he was like, look, I'm gonna...
Is that why the landlord got mad, because he stopped paying rent?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think that might be the problem. I think that was a misstep on his part. And now he's just living downstairs, so I'm happy with that for two reasons. One, my brother's home, so I'm pretty sure nobody's gonna ransack the house, and hopefully... But secondly, if some dude was coming there when I was out of town, it's going to be hard for him to sneak past my brother. So right. I'm happy. It's like he's better than a dog.
Unless it's Jeff Dye who could sneak by Fort Knox.
Jeff Dye's a beast.
Yeah, no, are you sort of anxious about this whole situation because you don't see your wife a lot?
You know what's bad? I can deal with a lot of stuff. That's the only thing that does get annoying when you don't see your wife. If you I like my wife. I love her, but I actually like my wife. like especially right, like we're in a good like space, so I like really.
I would like her
my
too.
wife.
She's a saint.
Yeah, she's good. She's great, dude. I swear. I don't know. She keeps me going crazy.
Is she giving you a time limit? Like you have this much time to?
Oh no! Look, it was one of those things where I started when I was with her, and from the door, I told her like I'm 100% in on this because she was with me when I worked at UPS, and I was like I'm never going back to this job,
right.
and I'm full in. And at the time, I was making a lot of. After like about a year, I was making good money as a comic, and I bought like a car. I like the first apartment we were in, I paid for that, and I was paying for stuff. So she was like, "Yeah, this guy's good."
Right.
Then now I'm sleeping on couches. I told her you got to take the good with the bad, and I told her there's going to be a day where things get tough. She was like, "Yeah, you know how women are. That's going to happen. I got your back." For 3 years now, she's like, it's getting hard. So we back to a point where we like each other again because I'm.
Oh, that sounds good. I mean, you got because I don't know, man. That's well, maybe the fact that you don't see each other helps.
You know, something is funny. I was there when I'm there for more than like 2 weeks. We start getting on each other's nerves. We can't do it because she gets real like she likes things the way she like, and I like things the way I like it. When I come home, I do a little bit of complaining like, "Why isn't this here?" She might fix it up. But other than that, we just stay out each other's way and. Yeah. Other than that, just touch each other. That's all.
Now, what is your brother doing to rectify his situation? Is he looking for work? Is he?
I love my brother. I feel like you entrapped me. My brother's doing good. My brother.
Well, I'm just worried. It's your brother and your wife right now. Right now, your brother and your wife are at
and he has
free
a wife
house.
too. I forgot he has a wife too. So
is she there?
Yeah, she's downstairs. Mm-hmm. It sounds very shady and black.
Are there children?
No one has kids. That's why this is working so smooth.
Right.
There are no kids involved, so it's good.
That's good, yeah.
I mean, he's doing good. He's trying to find a house in South Philly, you know what I mean, so he can be closer to where my dad lives. And
does he have a job?
Yeah, he has a job.
What's he do?
He's a line cook. He's
a line cook. Right.
Hopefully, I want him to do something else. But he doesn't know what he wants to do. He's one of those people. He's my oldest brother.
Right.
I got another middle brother. Who's a psychiatrist? He's crazy. I love him.
Psychiatrist. Wow.
Yeah, but he's crazy. But
I'm sure he's helping a lot of people.
I guess I don't know.
Is he helping your wife?
Crazy psychologist.
Is he helping your wife, who is clearly suicidal at this point?
I don't know. You know something? She was for a minute, but not anymore. She's back to being happy. I don't know how I did it. She's back to being happy.
Well, I know. So, you don't have like a time limit. You're so hooked on comedy, you're not going to stop doing this.
It's not that I don't have a time. I had that time limit, but what happened was I have no other skills. Alrighty, like I'm not even acting.
Me neither.
Like I have no other skills. So even though my time limit is up, and okay, this is to be completely honest with you. In the middle of the year, I would say about September last year, I was so broke. I was looking for jobs, so I went to go update my resume. Like
you resorted to looking for jobs.
I was looking for jobs.
A comic doing that is bad.
Oh, and it was one of those moments where I was looking and I realized I really can't do anything else. Like
comedians don't want to do anything.
It's not that no. You're not like I can't unless I'm lifting something. That's the only thing I can do. So I would just call it like I would call around every now and then for odd jobs of lifting stuff. That's I don't want to think. I just want to lift stuff and be left alone like human beings.
Do you have anything that needs to be lifted?
Listen, if anybody out there has anything that needs to be lifted,
well, listen,
it's a rough week.
I love. We got to take a break. I love Chris Cotton. To be honest, I just don't see how this life's going to work out. But no, comedy's the right business to be in, man. Yeah. Get on the guy code, girl code show.
Yeah,
everyone on there just becomes like a huge star.
I mean, you sound like that uncle who shows up at the cookout, like, yo, why don't you go do Arsenio? Southern uncle. I was going to call him, but I came to the cookout.
You know what? I'm glad because that's exactly what I was trying to sound like. All right, we're going to take a break. More with Chris Cotton after this.
The Artie Lange Show, weeknights on Audience, only on DirecTV.